Totally different to the original. We've always played the bass like this, remember? It was going like, thanks to the commitments.
Yeah.
Like that. Right,
Yeah, that's the way I'm used to the bass line.
Yeah. But the actual bass line goes... Da-dun.
So on the beat is a seventh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Flattened seventh to major seventh on the... a B and a C. B, C.
Yeah.
B flat, B, C as a run up. So that first count is sort of dances its own little way.
Yeah.
And that's just totally different way to glue the groove together.
It's a different feel, isn't it? And so as a result, it's a different song almost.
It was the Irishman's. I'm Irish myself, but I didn't take a great Motown song and sort of go, that's way too many notes. I want to change it. So
they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
I'm not sure whose idea that was to do that. Or maybe it was watered down and changed through different versions because Mustangs had, only a couple of versions.
Well, when you watch the movie, at least for me anyway, I really got into it, many years after it came out. Yeah, and really appreciated sort of what they did. But I guess I didn't really know the Wilson Pickett version. So I guess you just kind of get used to it through repetition, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, with singing live stuff, I prefer to go back to the original and get our version of that, especially when there's been lots of covers. So I go back to the original disco version or the original funky one and then find where that cover came from, and take inspiration from the original. So I'm glad we did this. And of course, Damo, he's a perfectionist. He's going, well, this is how I'll play it. And yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, awesome.
Andy, turn around, face the camera so I can get your posy.
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah, that's great.
Am I blocking? Do you want me to move?
No, that's really good.
Lord knows we need to see Damo. Damo gets more freaking fan mail than all of us.
Hello, Andy.
Hello.
So Mustang Sally, quite a song, hey?
We really laboured over this because it's a song you could very easily categorise as been done to death. No one wants it, every wedding band, every party band plays it. And that's the truth. But no one really tries to capture the essence of what Wilson did with it. So we talked about it, and it's a good old-fashioned soul song. And you can't beat Wilson Pickett, can you? That gravel and that presence. So we kind of just talked about it, and rather than go with sort of a sterilized cabaret version, we wanted to try and capture a little taste of the original.
A nod to the original, yeah. Well, the original was it Mack Rice? Who I don't think had a hit with it, though.
I don't think he did. It was actually Zkye, one of our singers. She said that Aretha Franklin had taken hold of it. It was originally written as Mustang Mama.
And then Aretha Franklin was playing keys on the original recording, and she said, why don't you do Ride Sally Ride? It just sounds cooler and whatever. And it was Aretha that came up with that.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I love song trivia. I love it.
Now, we're just a bunch of white boys in Australia. We'll never capture, none of us were born in the ghetto or born, I'm not being disrespectful, but none of us were born and raised in that American soul and blues environment where the white boys born in Adelaide, Australia. But that doesn't mean to say that we don't have passion for it. And we did the most respectful thing we could with it. And we had an absolute ball.
So the people that are longing for the cabaret version can look forward to the next upcoming live Sing It Live concert, I guess?
Absolutely. I've got this ruffled shirt, and it's a chartreuse suit that I'm going to go Mustang Sally. No, not really.
So when the Commitment movie came out, Andrew Strong, I just looked it up, he was 16 years old.
He was a lad.
And he sounded like probably the age that he is now. You know, he's nearly 50, I think, or maybe just turned. Isn't that incredible?
Isn't it? He's blessed with that gravelly, streetwise sound about him, which gave the song a bit of cred, I think, for the film and whatever else. We just wanted to try and be respectful to Mr. Pickett's, original kind of concept. There's some clever little things going on. If you actually really listen to Wilson's voice, he does some really cool little licks and chops in there that are very easy to not hear, because all you do is hear this end result of this song that's been made famous in multiple films. But you go back to Wilson's version and listen to it. God bless Wilson Pickett.
We got click now?
Yeah.
So isn't it interesting that when we're in Darren's studio and we think, we all know this song, here we go, this would just take one take?
Yep.
Doesn't quite happen always when you think of it that way.
It didn't happen that way today. Now, normally I wouldn't surrender information that made us look like anything derogatory, but I've got to tell you, we worked hard today. We worked hard on that song because we wanted to encapsulate that rawness, that grittiness, and not gloss it over with a cheeseball version. I haven't even heard it. I haven't heard any roughs from it. I don't know, but I'm hoping and praying that what we did justice to it, served it well.
So Wilson Pickett's got several others. You just mentioned before we hit record Funky Broadway.
What a great song.
So what are the other ones that he wrote that there were hits of?
I couldn't tell you what he did and didn't write. Wilson's got this, this big soul growl thing that he does. And man, I swear, it's peeling layers of skin off his throat. Surely, at the end of gigs, he was coughing blood. He had to have been. I think he's pretty cool, though. He was doing it right up until the end. He's not with us anymore, but he hasn't been gone that long. And man, he was just a cool old soul cat right to the end. He was doing his thing. Bless him. We miss you, Wilson. And not the Wilson from Wilson! Not that Wilson.
Not that one.
Wilson! My name is Voight, dumbass.
So, obviously, in the basement studio of Darren's, you have a bunch of wonderful people to rub shoulders with. And how are those guys on the horns?
Emile on sax, Harrison on trumpet. Those little soul cats, they're old souls. They're lads, Be lucky if they're 30. And they just play with such maturity. And they just show up and they work out lines between them. They sit there and, while we're all talking about what we're doing, they're over there in the corner pulling horn lines, out of their pocket and going, right, let's do this and let's do this.
And when you've got the ends of the notes that end together, it's like, how long did you guys work on that?
Yeah.
And I think that they're really quite busy through being that good as what they are. And they just have that really good sense of, well, this note's going to end right at this split second. And they have that togetherness, which is... Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I worked with Emile's dad for years, 30 years ago. Andre was his name, and he was a fine player. So now I'm working with his son, who's a staggering little talented player. He's the man, he gets the call, he's out there doing blues gigs and jazz gigs, and he gets reading gigs, and it's an honour to work with young fellas that are genuinely talented with good attitudes, because not all young musos have good attitudes. Some of them think they're owed and they deserve to be there. Not going to go into that, I sound like a bitter old man, but we've got a really good crew. Mario on drums and Damo on bass. Doesn't get any better than Damo on bass. Darren's up back there doing his thing. You're up front there. And, very conducive to trying to make good music together.
And it's quite giving, isn't it? Like everyone's there for each other.
Yeah, we all listen. We listen to each other.
Yeah, because Darren just said to Emile, who had the full solo to himself after one take, hey, Emile, it feels pretty long, that solo. Maybe you do the first half and then Harrison does the second, for instance, as an idea. And the reaction was, oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
And then Harrison says, what about trading? Oh yeah, that could work too. And it was as simple as that.
Good boys. And they're funny. Listen to them and The Australian way is to be very cynical and without humour, you know, and insulting, because it just is. But man, they get it back as good as they get it. They're good fellas. I think the whole room is a good little combo.
People are going to be expecting fours. Trade threes.
I've got a few questions about what I'm doing.
Give them something to think about.
Well, I think we're only doing so every time it does the
Sing a live
This is our new direction.
whatever that is.
And let's not forget the one that wore the same colour as you, which
How insane is that? I'm in my costume dressing room at home and I'm going, now, I like to kind of dress nice. I'm a jacket boy. I always have been, you know. And I'm going, I don't think I've worn this purple one, either ever or a long time ago. I'm going to go purple today. And I show up and there's Zkye. Are you serious? I actually wanted to swap. I think her outfit would have looked better on me. Just saying.
Oh yeah, otherwise.
People's United purple front. You need a purple leather jacket.
I do.
It's a nice jacket.
I have a purple one of those, not as good.
We just want to be free to be us, man. We're not being held down by the man.